Yeah, I got time, good.
Run back turbo,
Belly full, walls empty.
EK, having your way. Sensational.
Florida.
Beans, potatoes, lamb, rams, hog, chicken, turkeys, rat.
Perfect.
Here we go. I want to do good stuff for my friend. Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Class is in session. My brother from another mother international. How do you do today?
What's poppin', slime? What's Gucci chat?
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
going
sir.
on today?
Yes, sir, chat. We are here. We are back. We are still in CTG. Salute to Mr. D. Shout out to you guys. Class is in session. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. We are back again with the Passport Bro Show, the greatest show of all time, the greatest show on the internet, the greatest show in the travel space, greatest show in the galaxy, man. It is what it is, man. Mr. Miyagi, salute to you. I see you. Kelly God Productions comes in and says, yeah, ho. I see y'all, man. Hit that like button on the way in, guys. We appreciate you guys. We have a jam-packed show for you guys today. We're going to run through it. It's going to be fun, man. And I am super excited, guys. International, man. Oh, hold on. Hold the phones. Damn it. King H comes in with the bomb. Shout out to King H. Coming through with the $9.99. Let's just call it $10 because that's exactly what it is. And he said present 6. Shout out to you, King H, man. Thank you so much, bro. Man. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the money y'all throw in the pot, guys. Make sure you guys hit that super chat, hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit our Streamlabs link. That'll be coming up in a moment. Our Nightbot will be throwing that up there, guys. We appreciate all the love and support. Let's make sure we're live on Facebook and on our Instagram, all right? We'll start that up real quick, guys. Guys, we are still in CTG. We're still in CTG. Shout out to all the supporters that are out here, all the people that have been hitting us up. We appreciate y'all, man. And we're loving it, man. We're having a great time here, man. We're shaking and moving, getting a lot of stuff done. This was a trip for obviously content, but also just really to, handle some things on the back end. And CTG, again, guys, is literally only 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours literally from Miami. So it's kind of like easy to get here. It's just a really dope spot to be, man. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We are now live on Facebook. Let me make sure we're live on Instagram, and we will be good to go, guys. Some of these lives we have to start after live starts, the official live starts. All right. Shout out to the Instagram gang. Shout out to the Facebook gang. Shout out to Twitch, X, all y'all. We appreciate y'all. All right. So, guys, we have, again, a jam-packed show. Man, the topics today are crazy. Shout out to International for coming up with a great stream title. Another Passport Bro, guys, was deleted. We're going to talk about that in Medellin. We tell you guys Medellin is just, don't know what's going on there, man. We were just there, but man, it's always something. We're going to talk about, is being a Passport Bro worth it in 2020, 25? Should you go another route? Should you stay in the U.S., deal with the stuff there? The women, all the bullshit that you get. We may open up the panel very shortly, guys, but we want to get your guys' opinion on everything, all right? Also, real quickly, guys, before we jump into the housekeeping, we are going to be going to Thailand, okay, in 11 or 12 days, okay? We will be in Japan, and then we're going to Thailand. So if there's anything you guys want us to do, make sure you guys hit us up on Discord or hit us up on Instagram. Hey, Steve, Al, you guys should do this. You guys should do that. Go here, meet with this person, meet with this YouTuber. We're going to try to meet them. Definitely. All right. Send in super chats, send in Cash App, send in PayPals, guys. All your support helps us in our trip to Japan and with our trip to Thailand from Japan. Okay. We really need y'all to send in everything y'all can because it helps us out so much on these trips, man. We wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. We literally wouldn't even be in Thailand if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. Shout out to King H. He says, I love Medi, but you guys look at home in CTG. Yeah, man. I love CTG. I love CTG, guys. You already know I'm big on CTG. I love Medi too, but Medi is like one of them places. A lot of people reverse it. They say, I would rather live in Medi and visit CTG. I'd rather live in CTG and visit Medi. So it is what it is. All right.
CTG needs Medi's weather.
Yeah, I'm skinny though, man. So I just don't be sweating and shit. Shout out to the child. Comes in, man. God, man, y'all are coming in crazy.
Bring the check and get it right back.
The child said you guys should go to Cat Island in Japan. Cat Island, okay. I think that's where they just have a bunch of stray cats. No one's ever live streamed that. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. I am allergic to cats, but we'd be outside, so I'm sure it'd be all right. That would be dope. I think that that's cool. If the child, if it's possible and it doesn't take too much, I think we can do it. We can definitely do it. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll look into that. I think it would be dope to, you know, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I think that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Thank you again, the child, for the $2 donation, man. We appreciate you. Salute to you. All right, guys, let's get into the housekeeping real quick, and then we will jump into the show. He said, "Oh, never mind. Then don't take a chance on that." Well, we'll see. We'll see. Shit, we just got to look it up and see. You know, if it's something that's doable, we'll do it. You feel me? All right, guys. Let me bring up the locals, guys. Okay, that is menttuition.locals.com. Let's bring it up here, guys. Make sure you guys check out our locals, man. Our locals is super lit, guys. Here you will see a samba dance. This is when we went to Brazil. One of my first times going to Brazil, man. Super dope. Beautiful chicks doing a one of their cultural dances, man. Samba literally is a Brazilian dance. It was birthed there. And Salvador Bahia actually has literally some of the best samba you'll really ever see, because of course all the black people are there. But you know, these two ladies were in Rio de Janeiro. They're obviously Afro Brazilian as well. But it was dope to be able to watch this, man. I felt very cultured. Now, guys, this is very PG, but our locals is very X-rated. All right, we can't show any X-rated stuff on here, so it is free to join the locals to see this kind of stuff. You'll probably see this under the free plan. However, if you sign up for $9.99, you'll get all the not safe for YouTube stuff that everybody loves to see as well. So make sure you guys sign up for the locals, and you guys will see all the crazy content that we have going on behind the scenes. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon. Patreon.com/menttuition, guys. This is where you're going to get all the sauce. This is where we're giving you, tours of places that no one else can go. We're giving y'all game on places that people don't, never been to, or that people in the travel space are not talking about. We're giving you our uncensored breakdowns. It's free to join this as well, guys. However, again, to get the real sauce, you have to sign up. Okay, we have 3 tiers. The first tier is our general admission tier. You get free access to some of our locals content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, guys, we have our VIP tier. You get free access to all of our not safe for YouTube posts, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answered per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off of the merch, and special Discord access. Even more special Discord access than the first tier. Okay, guys, make sure you sign up for the Discord as well. It's menttuitiondiscord.net. Okay, last but not least, guys, we have our all access pass. You get 1 free consultation per month up to 60 minutes. It's 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month. Access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs. Access to our personal cell phone numbers. Free exclusive member-only meetups. That's nationally and internationally, guys. Don't sleep on those consultations or these meetups that we're going to be doing. We are going to be doing a meetup in a month or 2. So we're going to be doing some meetups, some yacht parties. Okay, make sure you guys tap in. All right, you get VIP access and discounts on those yacht parties and other events, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, discounts on our tour guides, and 20% off of the merch. All right. And don't forget, guys, you can become a member of our YouTube channel for only $3.99. Okay. If all this other stuff is too expensive for you, but you fuck with the channel, you rock with me, you rock with Al, you want to support, join the YouTube membership. We'll pin the link here in a moment at the top of the YouTube, but you can also join just by hitting the description below on the YouTube page. Okay. The child comes in with another $2. He said there is also a Bunny Island in Japan. Okay. Man, that'd be dope, bro. Like I said, it's weird content, but it's kind of different. And I've never seen anyone stream it. I've seen people go and do it. So we can definitely look into that. The child, we'll write it down. But also when you tune in, remind us, because we will be going live a lot in Japan. Again, guys, we are going to be moving a lot of the IRLs to members only. We'll do some public stuff to give y'all a little taste. But if y'all really want us to do some exclusive stuff, sign up to become a member, because that's where a good amount of it's going to be on as well. All right. Let's see. On the docket first, guys, we have another person was deleted in Medellin. Shout out to DC Born Rob for breaking this story, guys. We always tell you, you got to know how to move.
I know how to move.
And again, every other week in Medellin, it seems like there's a death, there's a problem, there's an issue. We were fine when we went there, but a lot of people aren't using street smarts. They're getting too drunk. They're partying too much. They're going over there to try Colombian cocaine and Tusi and all these things, and they're being stupid, okay? They're being dumb. And I told you guys, we were in an Airbnb where 4 or 5 people were scoped. Guys, people are just getting way too lit. And we tell you guys, look, you can go and have fun. You can chill with these women. Yes, there's beautiful paisas and all these chicks that are floating around Parquilleras and all these other places. But you got to understand, man, like, if you get too excited and you get too vulnerable, you will get taken advantage of. No one in Colombia is your friend, okay? If you are not Colombian, no one is your friend. That's what you need to assume about everybody. Everyone's trying to get something out of you. It's like that really anywhere in the world. But when you go to a foreign country, and yes, I said foreign country, you're just gonna, you just have to understand that they're not on your team and not on your side, okay? So let's go ahead and play this video, guys. And we'll jump into this one from DC Born Rob, reporting on another American citizen, I believe it was, that got deleted. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
It is January 14th, 2025, and this is the latest breaking news from Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. And it's unfortunate news. So meet me on the other side for a comment. Let's just jump into this. I have 3 versions of one story because each one,
oops, sorry guys,
tells drastically different information or offers drastically different information. So let's just jump into this first one. There's been a strange passing of a foreigner in a unit in El Poblado. A guard.
Did he say? I think he said it.
Florida.
Found him deceased. The authorities confirmed the identity of the deceased foreigner. This is the hypothesis of what could have happened. In the early hours of January 14th, authorities carried.
He said it back to back. Got to do it again, right?
Florida.
Out a
We can't just let that ride, chat.
inspection of the lifeless body of a U.S. citizen who was found dead inside a residential unit in El Poblado. As it was known, the victim is a 40-year-old man identified as Chase Patrick, who had been in Colombia since December 31st and had settled in an apartment in the unit located on 7AA Street with Carrera 30. Apparently, this person was inside the house with his sentimental partner and another woman who would have been a service employee. The man would have sat down to eat something that the employee prepared for him, and an oversight of both women, he would have thrown himself into the void. It was then that the women were told from the gold that Patrick had thrown himself into the void. The authorities arrived at the scene to carry out a technical inspection of the lifeless body and carry out the relevant investigations. Although preliminary, it is presumed that this case was a self-infliction. Chase Patrick's passing becomes the first of a foreign citizen in Medellin so far in 2025. Okay. I believe that was Minuto Frente. Next up is my second source, which is Alerta Paisa.
Okay, guys, so real quick, we'll play a little more, but he's basically going to go over 3 stories of the same thing, and you'll see how he just said it when he started. Oh, each of these stories are going to be told in a different way. They're going to have more information. Some may have less, so on and so forth. And this is why I tell you guys, they don't really care about us there, because you can have the same story where the same person died, but 3 different stories. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. So let's hear what this second one is and see if it's any different, if there's any conflicting information, or if they've left some stuff out. Yeah, man, these countries, especially these third world countries, bro, they do not give a fuck about us, bro, at all.
An American man reportedly drugged by fentanyl died after falling from a building in Medellin. The incident would have been recorded in the El Poblado neighborhood. An American citizen lost his life after falling from the 11th floor of a building in an exclusive neighborhood in El Poblado, Comuna 14, in the west of the capital of Antioquia. Alerta Paisas journalists learned that the incident occurred at 7AA Street and 3022 Carrera in apartment 1112. Authorities in charge of the investigation were able to establish that there were apparently traces of fentanyl, a chemical substance that causes addiction, at the scene. Remember that fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that produces effects similar to natural opioids such as morphine, but much more potent. The victim was transferred to Legal Medicine and Forensic Sciences Department of Medellin to establish his identification. Let us remember that the capital of Antioquia and the Aburra Valley ended 2024 with 65 non-migrant foreigners dead, the vast majority due to events related to self-infliction, health problems, and other cases related to substance use. Okay, this last one is from El Colombiano. Stay with me. American died after falling from the 11th floor of a building in El Poblado. He was on the 11th floor of a building where he had rented an apartment since December 31st. It is being investigated whether he was taking drugs before his death. A loud bang was heard inside a residential complex in the El Virgil neighborhood in District 14, El Poblado, in Medellin. When the security guards looked out, they found the lifeless body of an American who had fallen from the 11th floor of one of the apartments, apparently having jumped. This is the first foreigner to pass in Medellin this year. The incident occurred at 1:14 a.m. on Tuesday at 7AA Street and 30th Avenue in the southeastern neighborhood of Medellin when Chase Patrick Dunleavy, 40, was inside the apartment he had rented since December 31st when he arrived in the city from Los Angeles, California, on the west coast of the United States. According to the authorities' report, Dunleavy was reportedly in a highly disturbed state inside the apartment, apparently due to drug use. And due to the first carelessness of the worker he had hired to clean him, this person fell from the 11th floor of the building. Initial reports suggest that the foreigner had taken his own life after being under the influence of narcotic substances, a version that will be investigated through forensic work by the Legal Medicine Department, where the body was taken after the technical inspection of the body by the CTI agents of the prosecutor's office. Chase Patrick came to Colombia to meet a girlfriend he had found through social media, a Colombian national living in Medellin, with whom he was also in the apartment from which he fell. The loss of this
Well, there you have it, guys. Met her on social media, social dating website. Apparently, he'd been talking to this girl for a while. Somehow, fentanyl is in his system, and he jumps to his death. Okay? It's been linked almost each and every time these incidents happen, guys, to a female or some sort of party or drugs or whatever it is. But we all know that these women are drugging these guys. And I don't know how they're getting them off these buildings. Maybe these balconies are very easy to push people off of. Maybe these women have superhuman strength and they can pick up a guy. And, you know, I don't know what drug they're giving these guys, but it just seems like, you know, a lot of people are getting killed. Okay, thrown off of buildings, chat. It's kind of weird, man. You know,
You do know the drug. It's fentanyl.
well, allegedly. We don't know the drug until they do the autopsy, but yeah. I mean, fentanyl, is it our trusty handy dandy,
It's definitely
me.
aka what, chat?
The devil's breath.
I mean, I don't know. My whole thing is, how are they getting these guys? Like, I guess, does the scopolamine make you loopy enough to jump off, or are these girls just picking the guy up and just like somehow throwing him off the building? And why do you have to kill him? Like, why not just drug him and steal his shit? I don't understand the drugging and then killing him. Can someone in the chat please explain that to me? Like this is what I'm saying about the Colombian people, like especially the ones in Medellin. It's like, but why? What's the purpose? What does it do? You've already got him for what you got him for. He's already
he can't
dead.
snitch on you.
Snitch on you? I mean, how's he gonna find you?
He's dead. They can't unlock his phone. They can't link it back to Tinder. They can't do
Link it back to WhatsApp, I guess. All this stuff.
WhatsApp, all the stuff. Yeah.
Well, okay, true. But then they're not saying that all his stuff was stolen. They're just saying he jumped from the building.
They don't know if his stuff's stolen. He can't confirm it.
Right. Well, we don't know if it was or if it wasn't, but I'm saying we're not ever getting a thing from this saying they went through his phone. So maybe the girls are stealing it. My whole thing is if the phones disappeared after they fall and the phone wasn't with them when they fell and broke or whatever, but even then they could still probably get the data off of it or go through the text. They can go through the text messages and shit sometimes through after you die anyway, through the provider. But it's like, it just seems like funny business, bro.
I mean, it's definitely them killing him. I mean, it's 100%. You can't get the phone. I mean, if they steal the phone and they walk out with the phone, you can't get the data off it. Can't speak. You can't snitch on them. You can't do any of this stuff.
Well, no, I mean, AT&T and them can look through your text records. Maybe
Yeah,
not your
they
WhatsApp,
need it
though.
subpoenaed, and it's just strictly text. They can't go through WhatsApp. They can't unlock your phone. So
Right. Well, I think the
that
last
takes like years, or not years, but it takes months,
right
to get text records too.
Right. Well,
in the United States.
What I would say though is, then I would say to that is, what they need to be doing is at least seeing, okay, is each of these falling deaths, is the phone gone? Like they could at least, this is what I'm saying, they're leaving shit out. It's like, okay, where's his belongings? Was the laptop missing? Was anything missing? Or at least the phone? Because at least, even if you couldn't get the data off of it, you know, oh, this is kind of weird, kind of odd. Every time someone fucking plummets to their death, oh, the phone's missing. So this is unfortunate, guys. 40 years old. We're around that age in Poblado. We were just in Poblado last week, right? Like all these things keep happening and it's like, damn, I was just there. Damn. So it's unfortunate, man. And this is right near where the hot spot is, guys, where the action is. So we can only wonder again that it's probably some sort of prostitute. Again, these women are playing the long game. You meet them on these dating websites. Kids, don't try this at home. You guys need to be watching our content if you want to deal with women on these apps. Flyboy, I think, has some stuff out. Casey Redbeard, who we may go over here on this show. These guys talk about dating using social media apps in Colombia or in just, third world countries. But some of you guys are just doing it willy-nilly. You don't know what you're doing. And this kind of shit's happening. You're also partying too much, drinking too much, doing too many drugs. Okay, so it's unfortunate, guys. I think we'll pause it there. Shout out to Flexico. Flexico, I see you, man. What's good? Man, oh man, oh. Sad to see, sad to hear. Now,
Gage says we need to get that balcony safety guide out quick.
Yeah, the balcony safety guide, guys, 100%, 100%. Jamie says, in Thailand, it's called joining the Flyers Club. Police always call it a suicide. I should have said deletion, self-deletion. I never stay really at high floors due to this. If they get me, they're going to have to find another way. Exactly. So people are falling off of buildings in Thailand too, Jamie's, I guess. Mysteriously, that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, we're on a high rise right here. We told you guys the last show, we're here, but we're staying safe, man. I mean, guys, I have anxiety attacks. So I was always wondering if somebody tried to scope me, I'd probably just be up just off of my sheer anxiousness. It'd be hard for them to get me and me just pass out and fall asleep. Once I start feeling like I would be about to fall asleep or pass out, I'd start adrenaline rush panicking. And I'd probably be trying to run as fast as I could out of there. Depending on how they would try to get me. But yeah, these girls are crazy out here. All right. So let's go on to the next story, guys. Shout out to Ortiz. He says, Thailand made me sign a waiver to open up the balcony doors. Damn. So I guess people are falling off of buildings in Thailand. That's crazy. Yeah, guys, it can happen, but these guys are inviting it in Medellin. They're going to Medellin. They're inviting it. They're not doing their research. They're not booking their consultations. And trust me, they're just they're trying to have threesomes, all the stuff we tell you guys about. So someone else had something to say about Passport Bros. Our boy Marquette, aka the Saint in the Center, He did a Passport Bro Instagram reel that we're going to bring up here, guys. Everybody kind of chimes in on this topic, but again, there's no real entity that I think has a good show besides ours. And we've rebranded it to the Passport Bro Show, but there's no real person owning Passport Bro. It's just they speak about the Passport Bros, but you can't really pick a certain person and say, oh, they're kind of talking about this or manning this or owning up to it and presenting it in a good way, right? Passport Bros is always negative. So I can tell you, I haven't even watched this clip. I can almost tell you to 100% certainty that Marquette is going to be saying something negative about the Passport Bros. I could be wrong, but let's go ahead and play it and see what he says. Again, my guess is it's going to be negativity. And I fuck with Marquette, but let's go ahead and play it.
With lower incomes than the one that they come from. Do you notice all the Passport Bros go to Colombia, Philippines, Brazil? You never hear the Passport Bros like, oh man, I was in Switzerland.
No.
Lit. You never hear them like, I was in Monaco getting all the girls. I don't want people to be on here lying, and the problem is we got the Passport Bros lying, and then we got the broads, they only know lies. You hear me? They don't even know truthful English. They only know dishonest English. So it's a sick world out here, man. But there's still a lot of decent women. But the thing is, guys don't know how to stamp their foot down on their neck to make them behave. They got like the Passport Bros they're not telling the whole story. They're going to countries with lower incomes.
All right, I just want to play that beginning part, guys. Okay, International, I'll let you take this one first, and then I'll comment. What do you think about what Marquette's saying? This is one of the ones you saw, which I think this is a great one. What's your overall thoughts of what he's saying right now? That the Passport Bros are lying to us, or lying to the public, to everybody.
I think some of them are, but we've seen too many examples of them winning, doing well overseas, and nobody's ever going to highlight those. So yeah, a lot of them are, but I know many more examples of people winning overseas than I do of people losing overseas or lying. And we'll be able to see some other countries besides the big four very, very soon. So we'll see what the results are.
Yeah, I think people go where they're accepted. They go where their dollar goes the farthest. A lot of guys are traveling for sex, of course. We can't rule that out. A lot of these countries, Brazil, Colombia, Philippines, Thailand, these places, they are just, it's easy to access women, but also easy to pay for play. That's part of it as well, but that's not the whole thing. Our Passport Bros lying. I don't think we're lying about anything. I think there are some people who lie, but overall, as a whole, are Passport Bros lying? No. I can't really put my finger on Marquette's tone on this one, if he's dissing Passport Bros or if he's just speaking something that's more factual, with his point of view. Are Passport Bros traveling to Switzerland? No, because you'd be traveling from one first world country to another first world country. And yeah, you could certainly do it and even make content on it, but you're not living a better lifestyle per se in some of these countries. It's not all just about the women. It's about the lifestyle that you can live. If you went from Miami all the way to London, right, draw a line across, you're not really going to be saving that much more money. Or maybe you will in certain cases, but it's still a first world country with first world problems. If you go from the United States to Rio de Janeiro or to Salvador Bahia or wherever else we talk about on this channel, then yeah, guys, your dollar is gonna stretch farther. Okay, we were just talking about today, right? A guy makes $50,000 if he can find an online job that pays him only $50,000. He would be making about $3,000 a month here in Cartagena, US dollars. Okay, so again, he made $50K in the United States. They pull the taxes out, all that shit. Let's say it leaves you with like $34,000, $35,000 a year. Divide 35,000 divided by 12. You would literally be making $3K, netting $3K per month. $3K per month in Cartagena is a shit ton of money. It's a lot of money. Okay, literally, you'd probably have an excess after your expenses of at least, I would say, $1,500 to $2K a month. That's with your food, your living, right? Your apartment or whatever. I was about to say hotel, your apartment, or Airbnb if you want to do that, right? Just strike a deal with them. And probably your transportation or whatever else you have going on, your leisure too. Okay, if you budget correctly, you can easily have more money left over. You know what that other money can get you guys? You could literally invest in a business. You could invest in crypto. You can invest in a bunch of different things that you'd otherwise not have enough expendable money to invest in because you're so worried about getting to your next fucking check. Check the check, the check, the check, the check. Okay, 3K a month is laughable in the United States. Dude, I piss 3K a month, right? Like, piss it. Just rent alone in Miami is 3K a month. It's expensive to live in the United States. Could you move out in the sticks somewhere? Yeah, okay, whatever. You could do that. Shout out to Homie Sub. He says, that nigga Marquette is the stat Brazil. I don't know. That nigga Marquette, the stat Brazil and Colombia.
What do you mean by that, homies?
Yeah, the stat Brazil and Colombia mongering. Now he's in the States with low quality white women talking ish. Shaking my head. I get the last part, Homie Sub, but clarify that. Just type it one more time because the way you typed it looks a little weird. I just want to make sure we're reading it correctly. But yeah, I mean, Marquette literally travels all the time. He's been to Brazil. He's been to Cartagena. Guys, go to Marquette's page. Marquette's third or fourth biggest video on his whole channel is him going to the clock tower. Matter of fact, let's bring it up. It's him going to the clock tower, shitting on the host, making fun of them, basically, which I found to be very interesting. I fuck with Marquette, cool dude, but literally his channel has probably a lot of subscribers from that video.
He said he started in Brazil and Colombia.
He did. I remember.
Mongering, and then now he's in the States with low quality white women talking shit.
Yeah. Now I know for sure, Marquette is definitely banged, sex workers. And you're right. I mean, again, it's say one thing, do the other. That's just the way YouTube is, man. I don't get it. I get it. Like some people say, well, it's about the advice. It's not about what I did. But International, I always say, at least if you give people a disclaimer that I've done it before, I don't recommend it. You kill all the other bullshit that they can say about you. What happens is guys get on the camera and they act like they've never done it. And then you find out, oh shit, he was in Cartagena banging whores just like I was. Well, why did he go on here and why isn't he scolding all these people and he's doing the same thing? All right, let's see. Okay, let's bring it up. All right, so we're on Marquette's page now. All right. I just sorted. Okay, it's latest. We're gonna go to sort by popular. I think this is the right page. Let's scroll down. This might be the wrong. Okay, this is the wrong channel. He has another. That's just the wrong channel. Hold on. The Saint in the center. I think it's called the Saint. The Saint Marquette. He has two channels. Here it is. Is this it? Hold on, chat. He actually might. You know what? He might have took the video down. It's very possible he took the video down. Yeah, I think he took it down. Let's try one more thing. The Saint and the Center. But anyway, Marquette has a video specifically. Maybe his other channel got banned. Oh, here we go. The Saint and the Center. All right, hold on. Let's see. So there's a Saint and then there's okay. It's called Marquette Devon. Let's check this one real quick. All right, let's go to popular. Here we go. All right. This is from 3 years ago. Okay, came here. This is during the beer bug. Let's just play a little bit of it.
I haven't been to Cartagena during regular times, but I can tell you it's super cracking right now. We're in the walled city, so this is kind of like the main tourist spot out here. And there are hella hoes out here, that's for sure. I do mean hella hoes in the literal sense. I'm not disrespecting women. I'm just talking about a job description. Sure. They out here. And they got whacked, so I ain't gonna lie to you. Go ahead, get that one right. That's all jelly. You just can't go to Colombia without getting bars of him.
With the masks.
The funny thing is that you got a lot more Afro-Latinos in Cartagena versus say Medellin. And I don't think I've been anywhere on the planet Earth that has more hoes than Cartagena. And low key, there's another one. Check out the wagon on that one. That's all. Interesting. It's an interesting shape on that one, but it's all jelly. That was not certain.
So Marquette proceeds to just doesn't really talk about the city at all as much as far as the culture that it has. But this pretty much this whole video is him talking about the wagons on the girls, how he would never deal with them. Like there's a part I don't want to wait for it, but there's a part where he's in the clock tower and he's basically like saying like, yeah, I would never smash none of these chicks. Let me see. Let's play with a little bit more.
Quality. You got to get her right there. These hoes blowing kisses to the pimp. These hoes is trying to choose a pig, you dig? And these hoes is out here sitting too. They can definitely do some in their life. Fine as these hoes are, if they have a little bit of game and motivation, Lord, they can make a fortune for a pig, you dig?
Okay, so then he's proceeding to sort of say like, yo, I'm a pimp. Like I could pimp these chicks out. Like I would never pay for them, but I'd use them to make money for me. So this video, guys, got 276K views. Okay. On this particular channel that he has, the Marquette Devon channel, he has 144,000 subscribers. I would say this probably accounted for a good amount of his subscriber base on this particular channel. The next one is documentary, South African prostitute tells her story, right? So two of his videos, one has almost have 1 million views, are about prostitutes. Okay. Next one's about single mothers. So it's very interesting and very telling again, when we go over these this content, also some of the YouTubers in the space, a lot of them have been to these places, they've been around these chicks, but will lead you to believe they've never smashed them before, which I don't believe, and I'm sure these people won't say it on the record. But again, shout out to Marquette. I fuck with his channel. It's just very peculiar looking at some of this content. International, what do you think about that video we just saw?
I didn't even know that he had went there. I didn't follow him back then, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy, but I'm not surprised at the same time.
Yeah.
A lot of grifting.
Right. So again, Marquette doesn't really talk about, I mean, he's a well-traveled guy. He's been all over the world. But when you hear him talk, he just speaks very like articulate, and you would think like, he's not going to Cartagena and banging chicks, but right after that camera cut off, he might have saw 2, 3, or 4 and doubled back and went home and smashed, right? It is what it is. So you guys got to be careful for what you see and what people are saying. Some of them will talk a good game and they do articulate themselves very well. Most YouTubers can't articulate themselves. They're actually pretty stupid. Marquette is not a stupid person. He's a very smart guy, intelligent. However, I remember I asked him on one of his super chats, I'm like, Marquette, something about peeing for pee. And he even admitted like, well, I don't recommend it. Yeah, that means you done smash some more. That means you done smash some pros. All right. Homie Hub says super grifter, exactly. And say he wasn't smashing none of the pros. Yeah, man. We need more transparency, Homie Hub. We really do. We really do need more transparency. Most people don't even know about that video. They fuck with Marquette and they've probably never seen that Cartagena video. All right. Let's move on to the next topic, guys. Did you have another one too? Oh, do you want to do Casey?
Yeah, I had Casey's one there.
All right, I didn't see it.
It's from last show or around last show.
I think we might have put it in the private chat on the last show. I can type it in. we'll bring it up in a second, guys. Let me bring up a different one, and then we'll do Casey. And then we'll maybe open up the panel for a little bit, guys. We got some more time here. All right, so the next video, guys, this is going to be a quick one. Our guy, or my guy, I like watching this channel, Roberto versus the World, was just in Sosua. Okay, he's actually going to be traveling to Thailand in about a week or so. He'll be there right before we get there. And what I'm going to try to do, guys, is link up with Roberto versus the World, because he's a very funny streamer, very silly, very goofy YouTuber. I'll call him, not a streamer. He does streams too. And I watch his content because I find it to be hilarious. He actually did a fucking live in Brazil, guys, with one of the baddest Brazilian chicks I've ever seen, bro. I'm going to try to bring that up too if I can find it. But first, let's just bring up the fact that he's in Sosua. Okay, guys? This is a big fucking deal, because I would have never thought that this goofy dude that tries to act like he's Borat would travel to the zoo. Okay, now, it's interesting he went to the zoo at one of the worst times to go to the zoo, which is like right after the holidays, where not a lot of brothers are there. Because I know some of you guys would have probably, some of you guys who go to the zoo all the time would have probably recognized him and been like, oh shit, damn, Roberto versus the World there, and would have been able to get an interview with him, or at least make a cameo in one of his videos. There were no passport bros in his video, meaning like he really didn't go up to anybody who was there from the States and talk to them. He only focused on people that were from the DR, which I found to be very interesting. And then when he did bring a few Americans on, they were typically white people, which I thought was interesting too. He had some black people on, but they were like Haitians or from DR. And then the people he actually brought to speak in English were mostly white. So I thought that was very interesting. I do think Roberto versus the World watches the travel space. I think he knows some of the bigger travel YouTubers. But, you know, I think that he went out there and he had himself an experience that other YouTubers can't really do, especially black YouTubers, because of who we are and because of the stigma on certain things. But I do want to commend him for pulling out his camera in the zoo, even though it was kind of dead and there weren't any chicas there, and not really putting it down, or at least stopping it. He tried to get as much content out of this out of Sosua that he could. So I give him his props on that. Let's just play a couple parts, guys. It'll be like 30 seconds to a minute. I just want to show you guys how he was faring in Sosua while he was there. Let's play this one. So I think he found himself a chica, and she was being very camera shy. Let's play this. All right, so right there, she didn't want the camera. I mean, on her, I should say. Let's go ahead and play this exchange here. Okay, baile. Entonces baile. Mañana yo voy a salir sin mujer. Porque otra. I just had one really good food. It's like Thailand, bro. Super safe. Nobody gonna rob me. So every time he puts the camera on her, if she notices, she puts her camera back on him so she can hide her face. I thought it was just very interesting. He ends up going around with this girl for a little bit, guys, and then says that she was one of the most annoying girls ever. Also, fact about Sosua, the girls there are about their money. So he started complaining about how a lot of them just wanted money. They weren't really trying to do the GFE thing. They weren't trying to let him record. He's taking her out to eat. Yeah, fuck you. I don't care if you're taking me out to eat. Don't put your fucking camera on me. We're not doing any content. So these rumors about Sosua are not even rumors at this point, but the whole no film thing, it's true. Now, were they grabbing it out of his hand and trying to punch him? We don't know because he didn't show any of that, but there's definitely an aggression towards guys who have their camera out. I think he has a Pocket 3 that he's using. There is maybe one point where a girl tries to grab his camera, but for the most part, they either just told him no grabe, don't record me, whatever, no grabo, and he moved along. So this girl again, maybe a minute or so after this, he goes, yo, I'll never deal with her again. he had kind of a real bad experience with her. And again, guys, shout out to the passport bros that go and they're actually truthful too about some of the mishaps they've had with chicas, because it's not always, you know, fucking, you know, peaches and cream and fucking Skittles and fucking all the happy dance shit. Like, some of these girls are difficult. Some of these girls are, you know, of course, ex-workers, and they have attitudes just like any other girl. You can have issues with the money or whatever. So he kind of explained that he just didn't want to deal with her anymore. Okay, let's play a little bit more, and then we'll go on to a couple more little bites from this.
Okay. Recap. And like, one thing I always did like wrong in my life, I take the first best. So I go down in my hotel, I see this girl. She did not really want to make content. She was like, bro, she was like so annoying all night. Like, she just complained. And I go in the club, bro. You know how many girls it was in the club, bro? Like, here, it's more crazy than Morocco. It's more crazy than Thailand. It's crazy. Anyways, I just woke up. I'm about to post one video here 2 hours late, but who cares? And I am not going to bring sand to the beach today in Sosua. Never in my life. In my life, I will never do this anymore. Never. The girl yesterday, bro, she was so annoying. Oh my God. And then, like, I just wanted to leave her, I swear. And then we went to eat. She took the most expensive to eat. I don't know. I'm a gringo. It was my first time here. So anyways, I'm going to go out now. And I still love this place, man. This is really so place.
All right, so we'll cut this one there, guys. But basically, she was annoying. She ordered the most expensive shit, still wouldn't let him record, gave him a hard time. And he's like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to let this ruin my trip. I'm going to keep going out and having a good time because I think this place is really fun. It reminds me of Thailand, but just with Dominican women. And he goes back out and he keeps doing it. So this, to me, guys, was just a lesson learned, man. Don't let certain shit, you know, ruin your trip. Don't let the females ruin your trip. Don't let a bad experience with a chica ruin your trip. Don't let anything ruin your trip unless there's something really, you know, crazy, emergency, important that happens or something like that. Like, it has to be like the worst thing, you know what I mean? But a female or a chica or whatever, don't let her fucking ruin your trip, bro. There's always another girl. There's always something else you can do. And shout out to Roberto for keeping a positive attitude. International, what do you think of this clip so far? Just about his experience, the girl kind of being what she was doing.
I mean, it's Sosua. I don't get why people go there expecting it to not be Sosua. Like, that's Sosua. That's what you do. You don't record there. It's probably why we won't be going anytime soon. Or you know,
yeah, it's tough to get content.
Doesn't make sense going there and then getting mad that you can't film. Like, to me personally.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. So let's play like one or two more. These are going to be short, you know, like I said, minute, 45-second little clips of his full videos. He has long videos. They're typically 20, 30, or even 40 minutes long. So shout out to him too for putting out that kind of time length of content. He doesn't do super short videos. He doesn't do extremely long. He usually has it somewhere in the middle. So let's play this other one. This is still in Sosua, guys. This is kind of the next day.
And this girl, she exaggerating so much, like she don't want anybody to see her or nothing. So she look like this. She want to put like this. Hola. ¿Todo bien?
Sí.
Hey, ¿tú eres de dónde? Wow.
Dominicana Republic.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Y aquí yo no mira mujeres como en Brasil, mucho bailar con culo.
Sí, aquí hay mucha chapa.
Chapa.
That's the easiest dance for a girl to do, by the way, guys. If a girl does the fucking shake your tail feather, wag her little tail dance, that takes no effort to do. I hate when girls do that dance. Like, it looks good, but it's like, bitch, bounce your ass a different way. Like, that's literally the easiest way to bounce your ass. And this is kind of whack that he has to do this with her. Eventually, well, I'll show you guys in a second what happens, but.
Eso es tu favela.
Sí.
Estamos en tu favela.
Sí.
Hey, it's crazy, man. Bro, it's crazy. Like, look, she hides her face so much, but I don't know. Like, I've seen many girls, but this girl was like, okay, we can make content like this. So I don't know. It's it is what it is, my friends. But it's crazy, man. Bro, she have one bike here. This is for the farmer, bro. Here we are.
All right, so that's her. Here's the next, or this is the same vlog, and this is the other part I wanted to show you guys, just to show kind of how he gets her to take off the mask, and you finally see her face.
I just took a nap here. Yo dormí mucho.
Mucho sueño.
Hey, hey, that's crazy. I have a nice hotel, but I took a nap in the ghetto. In the ghetto. Now I'm gonna go. Bota na pica, bota na para, bota na pica, bota na cara, bota onde quiser. Dominican Republic, my friend, welcome.
All right, guys, so that's her. So she basically took her mask off because she got comfortable with him. She actually started to like him. He's a kind of a crazy guy. He smashes a girl on one of these lives. Every time he smashes a girl, he plays like a little soundbite. He smashes her, and she didn't charge him. I don't know if he was capping, but he's like, yo, this girl, I just smashed this girl, and she won't let me charge him. And he's like, why won't you let me charge? Why don't you let me pay you? Why don't you let me pay you? She's like, because I like your dick, and I like your, like, I guess he just put it on her. And he's like, yo, here's the money. She wouldn't give him the money. This isn't her. It was a different girl. But this was the girl with the mask. And now that she's kind of slept with them and they're chilling, they're cool, now she'll take the mask off. So a lot of times, guys, you do want to be able to just come and shoot content. But some of these girls, they don't want to be seen, but also they don't know who you are. She knows he's a big YouTuber, but she's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take the mask off. She's more comfortable. So you know how it is, guys, with women. They got to be comfortable. So shout out to him for, again, having a girl. She started off being very timid, giving him a hard time, and he finally got her mask off. And she's kind of cute. Black girl. Definitely looks like she's Afro-Dominican, even though they say they're not black, or maybe even Haitian. But I think I can't tell, but she's cute, man.
Hola. Hola, eso es mi amiga. Gracias por me mostrar aquí. Wow, me gusta cuando ella está así. Esa es una muy, muy guapa mujer. Hola, papi. Sí, mi hotel, como en New Garden, ¿sabes dónde? Okay.
All right, so we'll cut it there, guys. But Roberto versus the world going to the suit, to me, was a big topic. It's a big deal because I just never thought the dude would ever go to the DR. Let me know what you guys think of it. And if you've seen the videos, super, super dope, man. And shout out to him for literally, traveling around and going to some of these places. He definitely goes where the mangoes are, but it is what it is. There's this one, guys, that I'm going to try to find super quick. And if I can't, we'll just go on to the next thing, where he's in Brazil, man. And he's at this favela party or something, or Bloco, and he's with a baddie, guys. And I don't even like to say the word baddie because you know how it is. I think this is it right here. I think she's cute.
Okay, my friends, welcome to a whole new video. My name is Roberto, and today we're going to meet DJ Mika.
So in Brazil, guys, women like to kiss a lot, especially in the first interaction or first date. He got these two girls to kiss right here. And then this one tried to kiss him, and he's like, nah, your breath stinks. Like, he insulted her, and she was trying to kiss him for the rest of the night. So it's kind of funny, too, when girls throw themselves at you and you play them, bruh, they go crazy. So there's a girl that he brings in and he ends up getting a kiss from, and she's bad. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Is it here? I think this is it. I think it's this girl right here. Hold on, chat. Wagon. Bruh, All right, can you tell me what you think of this one, Al? Do you think this one I just he pointed to? I gotta give her chat a solid 8, bro. Solid 8. These two aren't that cute to me, but when he turns the camera on this joint over here, chat, bro, it just makes me miss Brazil, bro. Guys, I had to go back. I'm gonna play it again. I think she's gonna be in the camera a little more, but man, baddie.
The third one?
The one that, yeah.
You said an 8.5?
I said an 8. At least 8. What do you get? I'm trying to get a good shot of it. She's coming. That one.
She's cute. It's hard to say without seeing her full body.
He showed
in
her
the
body.
face. Can't really see it that way. But yeah, she's good. She's solid.
Man, that shit makes me want to go back to Brazil so fucking bad. Like, all right, Chad, I'm gonna play like 10 more seconds, but there's a part. So
Every day I want to go back to Brazil. I mean, it's not, it don't stop.
This one's ugly. We're just ugly by the standards of the girls, the 3 girls he's around. She's not that bad. She keeps trying to kiss him. He's like, no. The one in the middle is decent, but the one that she kind of looks like Stacey Dash. Hey, you don't want to kiss her. He's playing the shit out of them, bro. Like, they literally just.
Yeah, she's solid. She's solid.
Look, guys, they're trying to like get his attention because they're mad because he's talking to the other girl. This is what women. This is classic female shit, chat. Classic. Even in any country, females are gonna do this shit. Then he kisses her, bro. Dub. That's a dub. To me, he dub. That's all y'all gotta see. That's a dub right there. To kiss 3 girls in one, you can only do that in Brazil. You can only like pull that off. Like, oh, you can pull it off in other places, but you can't pull it off like he just pulled it off unless you're in Brazil. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Once I was watching this clip, guys, I was like, yeah, that's crazy. All right, guys, that's it for Roberto versus the World. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little segment there. But really, guys, the whole point of this was just showing the recording thing because we've been having some issues here in Cartagena, girls, whatever. We're going to try to give you guys content. Shout out to Roberto for continuing to record no matter what. All right. We got anything else?
The Casey thing.
Casey. All right. We're going to do the Casey thing, guys, and we'll probably wind down. We got some other stuff we got to do here. Let's bring up the Casey thing. I think it was on his channel. But guys, Casey Redbeard, one of friends of the channel. We've had him on a bunch of times. He's came to my studio in Miami. We did a joint live with him in Sao Paulo. He went on a panel with Fresh from Fresh and Fit. And was it this one? Yeah. I'm sorry. He went on Fresh and Fit. So there's 2 that I was watching. There was one with him and Lucario. We're not going to watch that. There's one with him and Myron on the show.
Some misconceptions.
So we're going to
misconceptions about it too.
Bring this up here. Do you remember any timestamps, bro? Or you just want me to kind of?
I mean, they have the timestamps on there. They got all the timestamps.
Well, yeah. I mean, is there any specific part that you wanted me to go over?
They were talking about specifically like Passport Bros and talking about Passport Bros, and they I think that's probably going to be the part with that.
Okay, so this whole thing was not about Passport Bros, or maybe the pros and cons.
They asked like what a Passport Bro is.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start here. I think he goes with the pros and cons, guys.
I put the subs and I put the timestamps in the last live. Wait a minute.
Okay. Yeah, those get deleted. It's all good. All right. We'll just play it from here, guys. and we'll play a little and we'll comment on it. I don't know here. All right, let's do it.
Right now, a lot of guys think like, oh, I'm a gringo, I have blue eyes, or I make 6 or 7K a month, I'm rich. I'm in an area where they don't have a lot of Black or Asian guys. They'll be so unique and they're going up for me. Absolutely not. And whether it's the States or overseas, it seems to like hit a wall where you go from dealing with like a house cat to a fucking Siberian tiger when you go from like 6.57 range to 8s and above. The amount of entitlement, the amount of difficulty, the amount of flakiness. Look, there may be like some remote parts of where there's some beautiful girls in some small towns where you can still clean up as a very average guy. But like, bro, if you think you're gonna go to Rio or Sao Paulo and be like, but I'm a gringo. No, obviously not. They're not impressed and stuff like that. So that could be a trap. That could be like a big, rude awakening.
It's real like a Miami a little bit because it's so like central. There's a lot of competition there with guys that are with money too.
Like in Sao Paulo and Rio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sao Paulo has more heliports than any other city in the world. There's more helicopters in Sao Paulo. I think there's like, I'm going to mess up the stats. Someone's going to like, his statistics are wrong, but it's something, there's like 65 billionaires in Sao Paulo or something like that. Again, I could be wrong, or maybe there's 20 billionaires, but there's a lot of rich motherfuckers in Sao Paulo. Let's just say, if I know, oh, this guy's wrong on his stats. There's a lot of rich motherfuckers, a lot of like influence.
Yeah, he reminds me of Rollo Tomasi, the way he talks. Rollo Tomasi talks in circles like that. Casey, I like Casey, and I think he's a great YouTuber. He's gone viral recently for tongue kissing a chick in Nigeria or wherever the hell him and Austin Holloman were at. My problem with Casey, and I do it sometimes too, I kind of talk in circles, but he talks, doesn't finish a thought, and then says something on top of it, and then layers it, and then layers it, and layers it. And Rollo does the same thing. So it's hard to, it's not that you can't understand what they're saying. It's just they don't speak to a point and then go to the next point and then go to the next point. They'll speak, then kind of reminisce on a point that they were trying to say before. And it's just weird the way he talks. But shout out to Casey because he's been putting in a lot of work. Just went viral. 20 something plus million views. It's probably at 30 or 40 million. I mean, he went super viral. The problem with him is he's just not tagging himself, or somehow it's just not getting, it's not converting guys to followers and money. You can't go viral like that and no one knows who you are. No one even knows. They just look at it as a white boy. Oh, that white boy that was tongue kissing that African chick. It needed to be, hi, I'm Casey. I'm the one that slobbed that girl down. And now I got a platform just as big as a Fresh and Fit. I mean, the fact that he's even on Fresh and Fit and still not really gaining anything from it, it's kind of, he is gaining some stuff. But what I'm saying is, guys, he's not growing in the way he's been in the spotlight lately. It's just not correlating to his subs or I think even money. So I'm hoping that he can find his big break. He didn't want to respond to Abin Preach when they came at him. This tongue kissing viral video, it doesn't seem like it's really doing anything. He didn't even post it on his page. I don't know what Casey's doing. I'll have to call him and talk to him behind the scenes. But what do you think about what he said about Rio, Sao Paulo, there being all these billionaires there? International, is there truth to there still being those baddies that just deal with the rich guys? And does that really matter? Because there's a lot of pretty girls there anyway.
All I can do is speak from my experience on that. I don't really care about the statistics. I don't care how many billionaires there are. Mm-hmm. Put me anywhere and I'm gonna win. That's the way I look at shit.
Put me in
I don't really care. That doesn't matter to me. Put me anywhere, I'm gonna win. When it comes to Rio, I don't think about, does this girl like me if I'm black? Does she like white guys better? I know Austin was talking about that. I don't really care about external factors that have nothing to do with anything for me. I think that it's hard to judge. I have to judge it based off of other expats. I don't think there's enough data of people that I know, but most of the people that I know can go down there and have some sort of success that I've met down there. Or most passport bros I know in general are having, success. So it's not, I don't know why it's so complicated. I'm not a huge fan of Sao Paulo. personally. The city's too big, and then it just takes too long to go anywhere. But you know, Rio's dope. Salvador's dope. I don't, like I said, I don't really think that is. I don't look at these other external factors really much. I don't let that sort of data deter me from doing what I want to do, having my way down wherever I am. So
that makes sense.
Shout out to Wonderful Travels. He says that yacht party you guys have was epic.
Yes, sir. You gotta specify.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you gotta specify because we got a couple on there. Probably like 5 or 6.
8 to 15 epic yacht parties somewhere in there.
Yeah, and we posted a bunch. So there's one where it's just we're in Miami. If you're talking about that one, well, all of them were lit. I can't even. You'd have to tell us. Wonderful Travels, but thank you, man, for the shout out.
Carnival, when we pop back down there,
yeah,
everyone that's on there is pretty lit. So you'll have to specify Wonderful.
Yeah, but appreciate you anyway, Wonderful, for
shouting that out.
Shouting that out, man.
But I want to know which one is favorite.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's play a little bit more of the KC Redbeard Fresh and Fit situation here. And again, shout out to him for making his rounds, talking about Passport Bros. This is a big, important topic, guys. Again, there's really nobody taking control of the Passport Bros space. Casey, I think some of these guys are having chances to kind of jump and propel, and I get it. If you're in the forefront of something, you take all the scrutiny. And a lot of men are not prepared for that. They don't want to deal with that. They do not want to be looked at as the main Passport Bro, because if they're looked at as the Passport Bro, what happens is when something goes wrong in the Passport Bro space, they're looking to you to speak on it. They're looking to you to be the leader. They're looking to you to be, Al, you still got your mic on, I think. God damn it. Al's taking a piss. Chat. What the fuck? Yeah, chat, let me know if y'all hear that.
Run that back, turbo.
That's wild. All right. So, what was I saying? No, just literally. You know, you had your mic on, right?
Yeah. Well,
shout out to Al.
Hey,
What was I saying, Chad? So yeah. So there's nobody really wanting to be like the poster boy or the leader of Passport Bro. That's one thing I do like about what Marquette said. He was like, well, who is the leader of Red Pill? Who is the leader of Passport Bro? Who is the leader? Who can you point to at least to say those are the people that kind of not coined it, but you can look to kind of get some advice or guidance from. And that's part of the reason why we created this show and, you know, the Passport Bro show. There's going to be more shows and more things we do on the Mentuition Network, but we're focusing in on this show because that's where we're at right now. We're traveling, we're meeting people, we're meeting women, we're connecting and being a part of these cultures, learning Spanish, learning this, learning Portuguese, right? So I just think it's important, guys, to understand that, you know, this movement is fairly new. Yes, guys have been traveling for a while, but people still don't kind of know what it is. And there's not really one person you can pick that's the Passport Bro to want to look at. Again, I think Casey could be that to some degree. I thought Austin Hullerman can be that, but some of these guys just don't want to be in the spotlight. They want to be in the spotlight, but they don't at the same time. All right, let's play a little bit more, guys.
Influencers, athletes. There's 20 million people in Sao Paulo. Damn. And yeah, clean up, bro. Yeah. Let's just say this. If you guys think there's a big OnlyFans and pay for play and sugar daddy and just a culture of like pretty girls monetize their looks and
20 million?
20 million in Sao Paulo.
It's more than New York City.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the top 5. Like Tokyo's the biggest city, like 50 million. And
Sao Paulo's 5 times the size of New York. So yeah, it's 20 million.
And I forget maybe some cities in China, but yeah, it's like the top 5th or 6th biggest city in the world, Sao Paulo.
We need to show them in Brazil, bro.
So I can do it, bro.
I'm ready for that.
A lot of English speakers there too.
More than Colombia?
Bro, those 10 girls I had on the Colombia podcast are the only 10 English speaking girls in Colombia. Nobody fucking speaks English.
Hey, yeah, I mean, we'll go there. I mean, is it as dangerous as Colombia?
No, not at all, bro.
Way safer?
Way safer, bro. Yeah, bro.
Where's the bundas at, bro? I need the bundas. Show me the bundas and I'll
Você
say,
quer bunda bem grande?
Bom
Você
dia.
gosta?
What the fuck is a bundas?
Bundas.
I don't know what bundas is, bro. Or bunda, whatever you say.
Bunda is ass.
Oh, okay.
Bunda is the Brazilian word for
Yeah,
ass.
Brazilian ass is crazy, bro.
No, but to clarify, like, there's a huge,
I've been there before.
yeah, there's a huge pay-for-play problem in most areas in Brazil, at least that the common ones that the foreigners know.
Pay for play is not a problem. It's another thing, man. It's not really a problem. You got to listen to the words, man. Me, I would love to go on Casey's show and debate him. He has a lot of stats and statistics, and I have some too. But I think I would just kill him with like, I think I would kill Casey in debate with just logic and just like, you know, just sheer wit. And this is not a stab to Casey, but like he'll say stuff like that, like the pay for play problem. Again, I think that's a slight at men who P4P. It's not really that big of a deal. A lot of guys pay for it. What's problematic, I would say, is a man who's addicted to it. We say this all the time. A man who all he can do is P4P. He's just stuck in an endless genjutsu of paying for pussy. Yeah, that's a problem. But if a guy had to, you know, I'll say this, guys. One of my Airbnb hosts, I won't say which Airbnb it was, because some of you guys know the Airbnbs we stayed at. He is of Colombian descent, right? Colombia, born and raised. I was talking to him. I said, hey, man, you know, there's a lot of problems here. A lot of gringos are getting killed, thrown off buildings, scopolamine, you know, extorted, all this kind of stuff, right? He goes, yeah, it's because they come down here and all they want to do is deal with the putas and all the whores. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I start talking to him. We're talking almost fully in Spanish, right? And I'm trying to articulate myself in Spanish, how I articulate in English. And it's super hard because I don't know all the words. But I'm decent enough, right? So I'm telling them like, yeah, well, guys come down here and they're only here for 3 or 4 days. And like, what do you expect them to do? Think they're going to date a Colombian girl? They're going to date a Paisa or date a Costeña here in Cartagena? No, it's not going to be that easy. And he looks at me and goes, yeah, like almost like he never thought about it like that. And then I asked him, I'm like, yo, did you get married or did you go to a bachelor party? Like, have you ever been to strip clubs? Just wondering if he's ever been around strippers or pay for play. And he kind of made this look at me and I'm thinking like, dude, you've banged some strippers before, some prostitutes. I at least got him to admit that like on his bachelor party or even his friends' bachelor parties, because they still have those here in Colombia, they had whores, right? He didn't go into detail, but the Colombian guys deal with prostitutes too, guys. They're banging pros just like any other guys doing it, right? They're not paying the gringo price, but they're still dealing with a lot of the sex workers here. Okay, don't think because they're making fun of guys that are at the walled city that the guys that are even pointing laughing aren't the ones paying for the pros. And even the same pros that they're pointing at you with are pros that they've smashed, okay, that give them a different price. Remember, guys, in Colombia, there's 2 prices. There's a gringo price and there's a Colombian price. All right, they're going to give you the gringo price. Even the pussy, even the females will give you a gringo price. Okay, it's unfortunate, but that's the way it works. So it's not a P for P problem because it's just something that happens. And even the locals in Sao Paulo, the Brazilians in Sao Paulo, the businessmen, the guys that may even live on a farm or whatever, he may have paid for some pussy before. Stop making it just one thing or this problematic thing. It's not a problem. Did you have anything to comment on this, man?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Rio, Sao Paulo. Now, I don't recommend you go there because, again, the golden rule of being a passport bro is you go to a dating market that's a lot more favorable and a lot more easy here. Why the fuck would you worry about visa issues, learn a whole new language, be confused because they're talking about their politicians and their celebrities and you don't know what the fuck is going on, make all new friends, et cetera, all this fucking hassle to go to a place where dating isn't even better. Now, look. You're 6'2", Chad, rich, you built like a fucking swimmer body, I don't know, got a 6 social media, okay, maybe you can do super well in Sao Paulo. But for most of you average looking motherfuckers out there, Sao Paulo ain't it. And yeah, for the record, United States is worse in terms of pay for play and prostitution culture, but unfortunately that's...
Oh, we're worse than Brazil?
Yeah, Miami's the worst, yeah. In terms of that I've seen of like hot women monetize their looks and don't do shit with their fucking lives and just let men pay for everything, whether it's sugar baby, OnlyFans, actual prostitute. Miami's the worst.
In America.
Yeah.
I would agree with that, yeah.
I don't know, it may be the worst I've ever seen, bro, because again, in Medellin, you may see like more like actual prostitutes, but
Okay.
Miami is a city
You're
where
saying-
it's a hot girl economy.
Okay, so you're saying in Medellin, it's their job. It
It's
is
like
what it is.
actual prostitution.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Versus here, you're saying they do it surreptitiously.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Even
all right.
through,
Covert, acting like you're not a prostitute, but you are. I think that's the biggest problem, guys, is there are a lot of women selling themselves, starting OnlyFans, Fansly, all these different little sex websites. They are whores, but they're in denial that they're whores, or they are whores and they'll just never admit that they're a whore to you. Rapper comes into town, your girl disappears. She's literally on the fucking boat in Miami, sucking dick like no other, literally giving dude the best blowjob ever, better than she's giving her boyfriend that she's cheating on because of opportunity. And I've always said this to you guys: if anyone's getting cheated on, cheating's wrong. But if anybody should be getting cheated on, it should be the woman getting cheated on, not the woman cheating on the man. Because when women cheat, it's far more disrespectful. She actually likes the guy or loves the guy. She could get pregnant. Women can catch STDs easier than men can. They're not built to cheat. They're not built to have a lot of different sexual partners. So what we've been basically, simple terms, someone has to be the bitch, right? Someone has to be the pussy. Someone has to wear the pants, and then someone has to wear the panties. If you're the man and your woman's stepping out on you, or she tells you, hey, honey, it's All-Star Weekend in Vegas and I'm going, fuck you, I'm going with my girlfriends, and you just let her go, well, anything can happen. And she doesn't have to tell you. She can just lie, just like men lie when they come back from places. But again, it's more fucked up when women cheat. Cheating's wrong on both ends. Nobody should be cheated on. Okay, I'm on the record saying that. I don't believe cheating's a thing we should just make, a common thing. But if anyone gets cheated on, it should be the man cheating on the woman, because at least we know in most cases he still loves her. Where in her case, hey, Future comes into town, Future's actually her boyfriend, right? That's actually the guy she submits to. Not only that, when your girlfriend's getting railed by another guy, he's commanding her to do things. Open your mouth, open your legs, spread your pussy, spread your ass cheeks, do this, do that. Take this shot to the face, right? Like, she's getting commanded. Whereas you're the one, if you're cheating on her, you're giving the other woman commands. So Miami has a big cheating culture. It has a big OnlyFans culture, a big corn culture. Women there who, again, are regular chicks end up getting on these yachts and getting railed out, or at least being around these things. And they're just regular schmegular chicks. They're a 4. She's a 3. She's a 4 or a 3 with a fat ass. Somehow she made the cut to be in some guy's VIP who literally is a millionaire. And now she's on his little roster of getting fucked, right? Because of that. I've met girls in Miami, guys, that are bartenders, that guys come from Atlanta and they'll come and be like, yo, how much? How much you make here at this bar? At Twin Peaks? Oh, Twin Peaks, we have to, it's like a Hooters where you fucking wear these little skimpy outfits and push your tits up. Oh, you only make 2,000 every 2 weeks or 2,000 every week? I'll pay you 3,000 every week, or I'll pay you 8K a month. And they'll literally take like harems of girls out of these. They don't usually always take the strippers, guys. That's the thing. A lot of these guys will go into strip clubs and get the bartenders, because the bartenders are badder usually, or at least they're not as whored out as the actual whores. So there's a whole scheme that goes on in Miami. Miami is just fucking, Andrew Tate said it. It's literally fucking Sodom and Gomorrah. It's literally like just hell on earth. There's a lot of bad things that go on in Miami. I love the city because of the opportunities you can get from the influencers and the people you meet. But what I don't like about it is it's very superficial, and women who are quote unquote not whores are still whores. Like, they'll still indulge. And that's what I can respect about a Colombia or a Brazil or Thailand. At least it's out there. You know what it is. And it's not a bunch of like covert, undercover hoes that are posting bikini pics trying to act like they're an Instagram model, when in reality, they're selling box. At least, in Brazil or in Colombia, there's websites, Colombia, whatever, friendly.com. You go and it's a list of girls. They're saying their price. It's more business-like. Is it right? No, prostitution is not right morally, whatever. But I'm just saying, at least I would want to know if someone was racist or something, guys. Like, I would want to know you hate black people. I don't want you smiling in my face, acting like you like black people, and then you poison me, you know, or you do something to me to get me caught up. I would rather you just tell me, I don't want to be around you because you're black. Stay away from me. I'm racist. The worst are these girls that are in the middle. Like I said, Future comes into town, Chris Brown comes into town, and they're literally letting the dude fuck them without condoms. These girls are nasty, bro. They're nasty. They're fucking fucked up. And it's just fucked up, like I said, when women cheat. It's just worse. And I'd love to debate a woman on that too. Any of you, the 3 girls watching, please come on the panel and debate me on how it's worse when men cheat. It's worse when y'all cheat. All right, guys, we'll play a little bit more of this. International, did you have anything on this so far with Casey?
I was trying to hear the rest of his point, so let's just play the rest, and then I'll go
okay
after.
Cool.
Advertising it a little bit less direct.
Remember we met some guys walking by P.F. Shines
Yes.
night, walking Euro. Yeah. So they were new to Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
Told the story of how they got robbed. It's 2 girls. And I'm like,
Oh shit, where?
remember that he got robbed in his crib?
Oh, it was here?
He picked up 2 girls in his car.
Oh
He
shit.
got robbed. I'm like, how does this what happened in Miami? But then I remember the culture's just crazier because
Yeah.
as a new person to Miami, you're like, oh, this is fun. Hot girls are on me. This is great. But they're finessers, bro.
Yeah,
Like that's what they do for a living.
Professional finessers,
So, yeah, this is scary, bro.
Yeah. And just to go over some of the other, because we were talking about the negatives and shit I have in here. Yeah. Loneliness can be a big thing. So even if you're making good friends, first of all, like it's very hard to go to, I don't know, the Philippines and make friends with local Filipinos.
Yeah.
Or go to Thailand. Oh, all my best friends are Thai now. Very, very difficult. More likely you're going to look for red-pilled, other Americans, Canadians, expats. You get a lot of weirdos. A lot of digital nomads are just fucking weirdos. I don't know what it is.
So from what I'm hearing from you is basically you have to become the man you need to be before you go there. Because if you go there as a weirdo, it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You can't play basically.
Sort of. Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, put it this way. If you're a weirdo in the United States, you don't have a strong masculine frame, you kind of talk to girls like this and like, oh, nice to meet you. And you just don't know how to move around women.
Yeah.
And you want to go to Thailand, Philippines, and get you a nice like 6.5 all day. You don't have to become the man. You don't become this big player. They're gonna worship the ground you walk on just for being, an average guy. 5, 6, 7K. Yeah, for an average American, especially if you're white. Let's be honest, over there. But yeah, if you want to get with a top level girl or ensure you don't get finesse, yeah, you got to become pretty much top level.
I mean, that's the way it is in the States too. But as far as the P for P, it's just so many. There's so many people capping about it. There's so many people indulging in it. Do I know if Casey does it or not? I don't know. But like you said, it's not actually a problem. It helps to solve a lot of problems. Mikey was on our panel one time. He was talking about how there's not these mass killings in a lot of these countries because you don't have a bunch of people not having sex because it's readily available pretty much anywhere. It's not illegal the way it is in the States. And it helps to solve a lot of problems. Is it morally right? I mean, it depends on your moral compass. I don't necessarily think that it's wrong. If it's my body, my choice with everything else, it's my body, my choice with that. You should be able to say, hey, I want to use my body to make money. If that's the route that you're going to go, athletes use their body to make money. So it's I get it. It's 2 totally different things, but I'm just using it as an analogy. It's up to that specific person. If that's what they want to do, cool. But I don't know. I'm tired of like a lot of people shaming people for doing it because it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. I don't even really think people would be talking about it if it wasn't a popular subject. Like if this had no popularity to it, nobody would care. It'd just be a normal everyday action. If it didn't get you a bunch of views to talk about it or any of that stuff, then fine. People wouldn't even really care about it. Overseas, it's not a big deal if you do indulge. Some people like I said, I prefer not peeing for pee, you know, going the girlfriend experience route more so than peeing for pee. Do I indulge in it? You know, sometimes I do, but it's not my first course of action, and I don't really do it too much. It's just not my preference, but I'm also not going to shame men if that's what they choose to do.
100%. Yeah, guys, I think we'll stop it there on that particular video, unless there was some more we need to play. I think they're going to go into another topic here in just a moment. Casey's talking about men being weirdos. I'll comment on that last part where he was just saying,
yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Who are digital nomads. A lot of them are weirdos, or guys traveling weirdos, or whatever he was saying. Again, I don't know what you mean by weirdos. Again, it's almost like when men use creepy and this and that, like weirdo's not as bad of a word for another man to call another man, but it's again, sometimes when Casey speaks, he says certain things that I'm like, yo, you sound like a female speaking on what men do. And we need to stop normalizing these, you know, they're not feminine words, but the words that females use to tear men down. So he used it already. He said weirdos, and then he said pay for play problem. And I think he said something else where I'm like, Casey, why did you say that? Like, it's not a pay for play problem. And just because a guy travels and maybe he's a little more nerdy or a little more whatever you want to call him, does that mean he's a weirdo? What makes him a weirdo? You can't call men weirdos or people weirdos on a platform like Fresh and Fit and not really specify what you mean. So what did you mean by weirdos? Is it guys who talk? Because then he started making fun of their voice inflections and this and that. And again, they don't really see that much overseas. They don't know how we're supposed to sound. So if we have a certain sound to them, they have their own version of nerd, loser, and weirdo. You know what I mean? Especially with voice. So unless you have a really fucked up voice, they're probably just not going to know that you were considered a lame based on the way you talk, or that you're a weirdo based on the way you dress. They don't know how gringos dress. Then they don't care. They just know I like him or I don't like him, or he has money and I can get money out of him, or I can't. So someone needs to do a study on that, guys. I'm just speaking in my opinion, but I don't think that if you go to Thailand, you're wearing a Star Wars t-shirt or a Pokemon t-shirt or something, right? Like that they're going to be like, you're a fucking loser weirdo. It would happen here in the United States. If you went overseas with a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, like let's just take Japan. We're going to Japan. They love anime there. No one would care. Asians like anime in general. So that it's not going to necessarily be cancel him out because he has a Naruto t-shirt on. Now, if you're dressed up in cosplay and you're doing other things, then that's extreme. But what I'm saying is, I don't think everything transfers. Loser, what we call loser here, nerd, it doesn't always transfer. So, International, you're laughing. Where are you laughing?
I thought of something funny when you said cosplay. But yeah, we don't know how weirdo sounds in their language. Like, you know, the first time I heard Anderson Silva speak after his press conference.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't expect him to sound like that, but it's normal. Like a lot of people sound, you know, they have, you know, those types of voices over there, and we can't really tell what's normal and what's not. So that's a good point. You know, they don't really know. So, and I have to disagree when you say the majority of them are weirdos. They're not. Most passport bros are weirdos. Digital nomads are weirdos. No, a lot of them are weirdos. I can't even say a lot. Like majority that I've met have been cool.
It's a small percentage of what you would call a weirdo.
Yeah, there's a couple YouTubers that I can think of off the top of my head that we met that were weirdos. But yeah, man, it's in conclusion, man, we got to stop shaming men for being men. I think that's what it comes down to.
100%.
Casey's our guy too, but you know, that's where we'll disagree. And we'll go on the men's side. I think that too many people shame men for putting themselves in the best positions possible, and I'll never agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we hold men accountable on this channel, guys. This is not a men can do no wrong channel. If you do some dumb shit, we're going to call you out on the dumb shit that you do on this channel.
We
have
just
no
did it.
problem.
We just did it a couple streams ago
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
that dumbass I spent $500 on a date type shit.
Exactly.
Um,
So this is not one of them situations where, oh, save men and don't use the words against them because we need to protect them. No, like if you do some stupid shit, motherfucker, that's what men do. Hey, man, that shit was stupid, right? So,
and what did Fresh say
we
at the
keep-
end? People are getting robbed and drugged in Miami. He didn't say drugged, but
people getting set up.
they getting set
killed,
up. They
killed,
getting
all of that stuff.
they getting all that shit.
But
The
it's
same way
but it's
it
not
happens
safe.
overseas.
Yeah.
The same shit. So
Yeah.
America's not safer.
Nah.
And
they're targeting the gullible guys or they're targeting the super rich guys. Okay, guys. I'll say this, guys, and we'll wind down here. But I know a girl, and I think I said this on the stream or two ago, but I'll say it again one more time. Well, I'll probably say it again at some point in the near future, but I'll try to space it out, guys. we get new viewers, so I'd say some of these stories. But I know a girl who told me that in Miami specifically, but in other, they travel across the United States. They know girls who drug guys. She knows girls who drug guys who are rich and steal from them. She knows girls who steal guys' Cash App, and Venmos when it was easy to steal the Cash App and wire themselves money. They know girls who do the same. It's not scopolamine, you know what I mean? But,
Scopolamine.
basically the same shit that we deal with, that guys are dealing with in Medellin. She said she knows girls that they're really hot and they sleep with the top guys and they steal Rolex watches and all this out of their house. It's the same scheme, right? Some of them kill them. Same thing, right? So for those of you idiots who think, oh, it's not happening in the United States, it is happening. It's just not happening to us because we're not considered rich. It's happening to guys in Medellin and right here in Colombia because to Americans and gringos because we have money. So the more money you have, the more you attract these kind of women, no matter where you are. It's not just because you're in Colombia, it's happening. It's because wherever you are and you have some status and power, women are going to be after you. They're going to be trying to poke holes in the condom and have kids by you. They're going to be trying to steal stuff from you. They're going to try to get Cash Apps or take your phone and Cash App themselves. They may try to slip something in your drink. They may get you set up. Some guys show up with guns and rob your house. They may be scouting. They maybe work for some pimp or work for some guy who's trying to, all of this stuff. I don't know if you guys ever saw Narcos. There's a point, which I think it was Ochoa or one of the dudes is in bed with a girl and she tries to set him up. He realizes she tries to set him up and he beats the crap out of her, ties her up. She wakes up and then all these dudes are about to have their turn with her, if you know what I mean, right? But they were using a female to set the drug dealer up, the rich guy up, the guy who has the money, the guy they're trying to get up. It happens across the board, guys. So all you guys who want to talk shit, oh, you passport bros, you're going all the way over some pussy, trust me, it happens here. For the last example I'll say, guys, is like you never really hear too much about girls in Medellin scoping other Colombian men because they don't have money, right? It's kind of like, again, girls that are scoping guys or drugging guys in Miami, they're not going after the normies, the normal guys. They're going after those guys that have the money. That's just how it goes, okay? So watch your drinks. Be careful. Don't matter where you are because these chicks is crazy out here. All right, guys, I think we're going to wind down unless, did you have anything else international?
Nah, that's
all right, guys. We'll do a shorter show today, hour and a half, and then we'll be back again on Saturday. Okay, we'll be back again on Saturday. We got a few days of a break in between. We are working behind the scenes, guys, diligently to get editor to start putting up more clips. He's probably going to commence that this week sometime. So right now we're a little bit lagged with some of the clips, but that's just because we're shifting everything over to someone else who's going to be handling that. And we're going to be meeting with him within the next few days to get everything right. You guys are going to see new stuff going on with the channel. I'm not going to break the news, but you guys will see the shows will get better. They'll be more streamlined. And overall, the quality is going to boost up now that we have an actual editor who can come to us with really great ideas. He has some really cool ideas. So I'm really excited. Shout out to our graphics guy behind the scenes. He's making some graphics for us, guys. Some stuff for Thailand, some stuff for Brazil. So I'm super excited that we can just hand off some of this stuff to people who support the channel and want to help us. And we can focus on, we'll still do some editing and stuff too, guys, but we're going to focus more on the content so we can make better content for you guys to actually watch. Because when we're too busy trying to upload clips or make thumbnails or do this, it takes away sometimes from the actual concepts and the actual content we're trying to put out, create and put out for you guys. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wind down. Class is dismissed. But before we get out of the class here, guys, we are going to go over our housekeeping. That is our locals, and that is our Patreon. Okay. Let's go over the locals. All right, guys, mintuition.locals.com is where you guys will see all the not safe for YouTube stuff. This is obviously safe for YouTube, because if I was playing not safe for YouTube stuff, we'd get in trouble. All right. But if you guys want to see all the not safe for YouTube stuff, just sign up for our locals. It's $9.99. It is free to join if you want to see, you know, the PG stuff. But make sure you guys sign up to see all the stuff that's blurred out. Okay. If you guys want to see how we party, how we get down, all the yacht parties that World Traveler was talking about, sign up for the locals. We put all those on here. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon. Patreon.com/mintuition. This is where you guys will get all of the sauce, the uncensored travel guides, the not safe for work stuff, and just extra sauce. We list jobs, all kinds of stuff on here, guys. So make sure you guys join up. It is free to join. However, again, if you want to get the sauce, you do have to sign up. We have 3 tiers. Our first tier is our general admission tier. You get free access to some of our locals content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, guys, we have our VIP tier. You get free access to all of our not safe for work content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off the merch, and even more special Discord access. Guys, remember, I think we had some new members join. We'll make sure you guys got your member packages. If we haven't sent them to you, I'll double check, because I know we had some people join up. And guys, we will be posting on Patreon a lot more very soon. We've just been traveling, but we will be putting some more content up within the next week or so, especially before we go to Japan. Last but not least, guys, we have our All Access Pass membership. You get 1 free consultation per month, up to 60 minutes, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our yacht parties, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, 20% off of our merch, and discounts on our tour guides. And also, guys, again, don't forget to join our Discord, mintuitiondiscord.net. Also, the Discord link is below in the YouTube description. And guys, last but not least, if you want to become a YouTube member, that is the sort of base level, you know, the way you guys can join and help the channel. Okay, $9.99 for locals, $20, $50, and $100 for our Patreon. If that's too much for you guys, you can't really support at those levels, you can join our YouTube membership. It's only $3.99, and you will get members only live streams. We've been doing a bunch of those lately. Members only content. All of that will be uploaded once we go to Japan. We're going to be doing a lot more member stuff. Guys, you're going to want to join the member stuff. We're going to be lit in Japan. We're going to be lit in Thailand. We're doing some joint live streams and joint content with Jay Rello. He will be there on February 8th. So guys, stay tuned for Thailand. Make sure you sign up to become a member, because we're going to do some really cool members only stuff. Okay. I think that's it, guys. Don't kiss these hoes in the mouth. Don't eat hookah box. Watch your drinks. CTG is lit right now. Make sure you come out, join. Join us for the fun. If you're here, we still got some more time left, but even if we're not here, you can turn up and have a good time in Colombia, especially CTG. Okay. All right, guys. We all good?
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, again, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Until next time, adios.